Looks like it might do it for YouTube.
Oh, yeah, it said live on YouTube on my phone.
So now we know it wasn't none of our equipment. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Taq'uee the High Tech, and you are plugged into Loyal African Minds presents Connected Mind Show. Hey, we had a little difficulty. We usually, like I said, we usually start at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, but of course, Facebook is tripping now, and I guess they say that the thing is, so many people right now on Facebook trying to do their lives right now that it's just a conflict of bandwidth. Hold on here, let me get some of this static out of here. So a conflict of bandwidth is what they're telling us is the issue. But it's funny because I really think at this hour that there's not really a lot of people on Facebook Live right now. I mean, we way past midnight right now on the East Coast, and right now we like I said, we at 9:30 on the West Coast. So I'm pretty sure that it may be just that we announced this, and there's a lot of people feeling what the vibe and the information we about to put out to y'all, and you know, it's haters out there. So that being said, we done switched over to YouTube, and so we on YouTube right now, and we about to be live with the Ansubu, me, your host, Taq'uee the High Tech, brother Mark P, and we about to bring you the Raset. We about to Raset it, y'all. So my speakers are here. I'm here handling your high tech, as well as handling the mix, y'all. So if y'all hear the music in the background,
we're in the mix.
Is
we're in the mix.
Mix it up.
Said, no further ado, this is the Raset, y'all. Let's bring it.
Welcome. I'm King Agilon, the Ansubu of Loyal African Minds. Today on Connected Mind, we titled this show The Raset. We was wondering, should we call it the reset? But we know when they say Yahweh, Allah, but the original name was Amin Ra. So just because they couldn't pronounce Amin Ra and they said Yahweh or Allah, we can continue saying Amin Ra. So here we are, the Raset, and Ra is restoring us, and he's resurrection us, and he's giving us redemption. So we all within Ra, we gonna understand that the coronavirus, right, is an opportunity for the original Aboriginal nation, the indigenous people, the African people, to reset ourselves, right? Right now, Ra is hosting his spirit in his people. Remember, all black people ain't black. So if you don't get it, it's okay, right? Because you can't receive if you ain't called. Many are called, few are chosen. So if you ain't even in the calling, if you can't even pick up the frequency, this ain't for you, right? But we want you to share, like, subscribe, because if you're picking up the frequency, then you've been chosen to do something, right? And this frequency. So this is, right, the opportunity for us to reset ourselves. Receive the call, right, from this Loyal African Mind and this Connected Mind. We got a special opportunity to talk to Brother Mark P, who we're featuring. My brother I admire from the Facebook social media. And that's where we at right now. We're just not typing in stuff and liking and putting hearts on each other's stuff. We're getting together and we're gathering the forces in the name of social, cultural, and economic expansion with the power of Ma'at, truth and righteousness, right? And that's going to bring forth our justice. And we're not a Black identity extremist group. We're non-Black identity extremists, and we're anti-Black identity extremists, but we are pro-Black. We do believe that our children and our children's children have the right to produce the future that they want. And we as parents and guardians will be the resources with the skills, the talents, and the guidance to let them work on their tomorrow starting today. With that being said, welcome, Brother Mark P.
Greetings. Greetings. Yes. Greetings. It's a pleasure to step into the set with my brothers and get into the light and deal with the love to spread to our people. And this time, the time to bring us together for a purpose. And that purpose is to move us, to take us to that next level. And I'm excited. It's a great thing to witness and to be a part of. And I'm available. I'm here.
Beautiful, beautiful. Y'all, we here for the Raset. And once again, we are proving that we are unstoppable, y'all. Y'all know Facebook tried to throw a little shade on us and put it out there. We've been broadcasting this throughout Facebook. People been hitting us up. Hey, I can't wait to get on your Facebook Live and hear what y'all got to say, because y'all been putting out some real deep stuff. And hopefully you bought your pen and pad, because we want you to bring your pen and pad, because we have homework assignments, we have deep thought processes, and we here to connect our minds to elevate ourselves consciously. So that being said, y'all, I thank y'all for listening. We're going to share this. Right now, we just on Facebook right now, and this was just like a makeshift quick thing to do, so we can still be live, we can still get this recorded, and then we're going to share the Facebook throughout the place here. And I just want to have y'all know that you can plug in to what we are sharing with you, and plug in to our website, which is loyalafricanminds.com, where you will get this type of information, where ain't no shade being thrown on our website, at least not yet. We know there's haters out there in cyberspace all the time, but you are able to plug in to our website, where we not only announcing upcoming events, there's audios of some of the sessions we've had. There's a lot going on. Once again, that's loyalafricanminds.com, as well as hitting us up on Facebook and realizing that on Facebook we do have a web a page on Facebook as well. That's where you can plug in to our Facebook Lives and the information we putting out. So we ain't gonna be stopped, y'all. So enough said. We bringing the raw set for y'all, live and direct.
The process.
And coming to think of it, our Facebook page, our Facebook channel should be called Loyal African Minds, Raset, Connected Minds.
Got it. Taking them notes.
Yeah, so Raset, to connect the minds. You know, Raset, Connected Minds. Yeah, Loyal African Minds, Raset, Connected Minds. You know, so Ra is setting us into connected minds. For those of us who have achieved the spirit of Marcus Garvey. Marcus said he's going to come back in a whirlwind, right?
Yes.
He's going to come back in a whirlwind. So now, this is where I'm at. If you want to do some spiritual, mental stuff, right? Physical body passing on into the ethers and the ether, and they both make position. They make predications. They both make projections or predictions or revelations that they're going to come back. We have Jesus Christ, who I never met. Somebody wrote about, and we have Marcus Garvey, right? Who I've never met, but who came into me. You dig what I'm saying? Because he said he's gonna come back in the whirlwind, and right, and things are turning around, and his spirit, Marcus Garvey's spirit, is coming into those who are under his messiahship, Marcus Mosiah Garvey, meaning the Red Sea is parting. The Red Sea is the Atlantic Sea. You know, the brothers that got fed to the sharks on the way there, you know, the brothers that fought to even get back. You know, I see is the Atlantic Ocean is full of blood, right? So the parting of the Red Sea, here we are today. Moses, or Mosiah, Marcus Garvey, is leading us back into our roots. And we are opening the chambers of the pyramids. We're going back into our greatness. We are being reset. We understand the sundial. We understand what time it is in the frequency. We understand these glorious vibrations. Now, all ancestors ain't good ancestors. So be careful on what ancestors that you call upon. You better call upon the ancestors that fought. You better call upon the ancestors that made social engineering and social change. Call upon the ancestors that was cultural architect. You better call on the ancestors that stumped their feet in the war machine. You better call on your ancestors, the ones that didn't use drugs and the ones that didn't use alcohol, or call on that portion that stopped and got into recovery. The reason I'm saying this, because voodoo, Lakuma, and all our other spiritual arts, all our spiritual crafts, all our spiritual sciences, right? We cannot be pouring out libations of rum, bourbon, scotch, gin, vodka, some foreign alien spirits. When the Bible says these still spirits, why would you pour that out to your ancestors? And you know that's how your ancestors end up fucking up the contract in the first place. That's how they got caught up in these wars against each other, because the motherfucker came in and got us drunk. So in the Rasset, you give the ancestors mountain water, spring water, well water. You know what I'm saying? Even if you got to go to the ocean and give them some ocean water, but do not give your ancestors any alcohol. And you don't give them no cigars. You don't give them no cigarettes. Why would you give our ancestors some cancer? You calling them back, and then you got the spirit drunk. How could it protect you? How could it help you? Where's going to answer? You calling drunk the spirit, and you're calling cancers, and you're bringing disease. Right? These are spiritual ether beings. These beings are pure and true. These beings are for you, right? So you don't give them the toxicity, right, of your adversary. Why? Your adversary came, and that's how he got the Native American. That's how he got the Australian. That's how he got the Central American. That's how he got the South American, for lack of a better word. Okay, I'm finna bag up. I want you to write that down for all those who got the call, right? Many are called, few are chosen, right? So you can't answer a phone call if you ain't got a call. The calling is on. As the Rasset.
The Rasset is in full effect. Brother Mark P, what you got to say on that?
I mean, that's powerful right there. That's enough to wake up those that's on the East Coast is resting. It's time. It's the shaking and the waking. It's the earth quaking. Really, it is time for our people. And I've been saying that this is a high year. This 2020. It's time. It's no more talk. Right now, the Rasset is before you. You have to step into it, move out with it, manifest. It's later for all that, all the rest. It's time to show and prove. And you know, I'm a member of the UNIA, and all Garveyites, wherever you are, we must link up. We must do the work of the right, excellent, honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. The Black print has been laid. We must pick it up. The Universal African Black Cross Nurses. The call is out right now for our people, for us to take care of ourselves. We don't have to rely on someone else who we know wants to kill us. Take care of us. That don't even make sense. Not in 2020. The children, it's time for our enemy to stop teaching our children. We must teach our children, just like this platform is here right now. This is it. We have the things, the tools to do the job that must be done. So we have the skills. It's time to work them. Work our skills for the advancement of our people. So I'm happy to be in the company of all this this greatness.
Beautiful thing.
And glory.
And
This is protected by the red, the black, and the green
Yes,
with the unk. You sissy.
yes, yes,
Have you ever endeavored to follow the arrows of the arrow of the pharaohs?
yes.
Oh, we are here. We have arrived, right? It's a frequency. It's a wavelength. You must be plugged in. But you cannot answer the call if you ain't been called. One nation under a groove. 2020. Yes. Now, for y'all who don't feel it, there's another platform for you somewhere else. But come on, Pan Africans. Come on, Garveyite. Come
That's right.
on, Rastafari. Come
That's
on,
right.
children of Selassie. Come on, lions. Come on, panthers. Come on, cheetahs. Come on, gorillas. Come on, elephants. Come on, you giraffe. Get your neck up so you can see what's over the fence. Because we ain't playing. We ain't playing. But we don't do it with an evil face. We do it because we know my eye. We know my eye. So get their answers with the
Yeah.
feather of truth on the scales. We are balanced. Do you travel future into your subconscious? Do you realize your soul? And you spring up into your pineal gland in your pituitary and talk to your brothers and sisters. Talk black to me now. Give them a number that they can call us at, brother, or give them a web page and give them directions to our Facebook page. They want to know, right? Inquiring minds want to know. Lower African minds, connect minds. You being Rosette?
oh, most definitely, most definitely. This is a beautiful thing, and I want y'all to know right here, World African Unity is in full effect. Yo, we crossed the United States right now. We connected from the East Coast down to from the East Coast over to the West Coast. We connected like that. And brother, I like how you mentioned the UINA, and as we was talking about the UINA and that connection they had in Cuba and how Cuba is shining right now. Cuba is shining right now, delivering people from their sicknesses right now. And a lot of people don't know it, but we spoke on this earlier today, how Cuba actually has a medicine out right now and a technology with their doctors. So a majority of their doctors, Italy has already broke that tie or whatever, or that hateration, and Italy is saying, hey, can y'all, Cuba, can y'all come out here and help us? Because we got a real pandemic going on right here. Cuba, can you help us? Can you help us? And Cuba's out there, their doctors are very skilled. And like I said, that connection is even, that's us, y'all. That's us. And that's what we were speaking on earlier about Cuba and our brothers and sisters and the connections that we have out there as a people, as we continue to make this worldwide African unity a solid connection, y'all. Speak on that.
I want to go first because in the roots of Cuba, Cuba was a capitalist entity for when the free enterprise system of America back in around 1890, 1890, and they want it all the way into the 50s. That was a paradise for the American criminals to go and launder their money, to use the black people over there, the females as prostitutes, to kick the males, and so they had a turn of mentality, which in today's term, a liberation struggle, a rebellion, a revolt, a revolution, or they just were tired of being punks, in regular terms. And from there, we could go back a little further. Cuba was a station, right, as well as Jamaica, Barbados, in Haiti, where they used to import slave ships and distribute us to Central, South, and North America. Canada and the United States and Mexico is considered North America. The Central American states, right, and all the way to the South American states. Cuba, right, the people stopped. So this is the reason I'm saying this to y'all, so y'all can stop tripping off saying you Cuban or you Jamaican or you Barbados. They took slaves out of Africa and they put them on those islands and they broke them and then they sent them out, right? So we don't belong to none of those islands. Those islands belong to us. You heard what I said? We don't belong to none of the islands. The islands belong to us. We don't belong to the United States. The United States, right? The land belongs to us. We don't belong to Canada. It belongs to us. So with that being said, Cuba has always been a friend for those people, because Cuba is 70% Hispanic, Afro-Hispanic, or Latino-Hispanic, or African, right? It's 70%. 20% is mulatto, meaning you mix with some type of Indian, you mix with some type of European. Y'all want to say Spanish. Remember, Spain is Europe. Spain is Europe. Spain is Caucasian. So when you realize that Portugal, France, Spain, and Italy and Greece is European, you'll stop trying to, I got French blood, I got Spanish blood, you got European blood. And that we know that 5% of the Europeans was ruling Cuba. Well, when that enterprise got stopped, and they took a more socialist, economical, political strategy under Fidel Castro, uh, it wasn't the evil communism or socialism that the Western governments painted. They just said that there's enough resources around the world for us to help and share with each other. Well, Cuba means straight to that. All the African countries that fought for liberations and all Central America, they have always given nurses and doctors and medical help and supplies. That's what's going on now. They're offering the world supplies, and they say they have a treatment. They have a treatment. It's not a vaccination, and it's not a cure, but they have a treatment, right? That will arrest the virus. That will arrest the virus. Cuba has a treatment that they want to share with the world. And the United States stubborn executive office in its cabinet says they don't want no help, right? Because they politicize it. But the people who are dying all over are saying we want any motherfucking help we get, any help we can get. So Cuba is stepping in to help the world, and it has nothing to do with a political affiliation. It's that the world is suffering right now. People are dying. They lose their loved ones. We sympathize with them. The death, black, white, pink, purple, whatever, is going on. It's real. Cuba is trying to offer medicines. It's trying to offer a remedy. It's trying to offer some service. And people are playing politics with these people.
Most definitely, most definitely. And is it safe to say that America has always hated on Cuba? Am I correct?
Yeah.
No. At one time, Cuba was a part of the American criminal enterprise playground, right? Until the Cuban people had to change their mind, they didn't want to be you, and they wanted to pool their resources together along with people around the world and say, let's barter, let's use resources. Let's change the world by using resources. Let's help one another. Well, they didn't like that about Cuba, because they wanted to be greed and they wanted to create wealth and they wanted power and authority. They needed a peasant class. They needed people to be in poverty. See, it don't do no good for somebody to be rich or wealthy if you don't have somebody look down upon what you call a peasant or a common person or a normal person or a poor person or somebody living in poverty, a bum, a hobo, a houseless, or homeless, right? It doesn't do those rich people any good to have access to all the health care if they can't walk around and see some sick people, right? Because they have a mania, they have a narcissism, they have a malfunction. They have to be better than somebody else in order for them to have some gratification, for them to have some type of it's just an evil. It's just an evil. It's evilness, but. Outside of that box, the Cuban people, the Cuban government is trying to offer the world a remedy.
Right.
Wow. Hated on us as a people, so we share that, and that is our people out there. Now, we also mentioned how a lot of the people right now, and I guess what we're calling the Black Caucus, they're not speaking up about any of this coronavirus situation that's going on right now. What's up with that?
Yeah, that's interesting.
So, Mark, you got this one?
Well, no, I was just saying it's interesting how, in Philadelphia, you don't hear these elected officials, no one's stepping out, in the forefront, talking about what we're going to do for our constituents. Those people, they want your vote. They're out here to campaign. But now when it's a campaign for your life, You don't hear from them. You don't see them. You don't know what's going on. Are they still there? Did the virus get them? You know, it's just amazing how we as a people who rely on these systems, the systems show you what it is for you. It don't give a damn about you. You see, so we have to look into ourselves and for ourselves to do for ourselves. That's all right. I mean, it's clear to me. They're
Okay,
representing.
so
They represent. They're representing the big house.
right?
something happened to my volume. Everything got lower. I can't really hear what anyone's saying right now.
I said they're representing the big house.
Oh, I heard what you said, but it's just hard. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna come back in and see if my volume will adjust itself.
Well, once again,
But
it's looking like
can y'all hear me?
YouTube about to hate on us now. I don't know, but when you put this type of truth and this type of information out, hey, look to be hated on because the truth is the truth, and the truth don't care about hurting your feelings or what you feel about it or anything like that. I spoke about this before. There's a cognitive dissonance that happens when people realize that their whole paradigm has been shifted upside down because what they thought they knew, they realize that that's not the truth, and they don't really know nothing about the truth. And we hold the truth, and we hold the truth dear to us. And so that being said, we challenge anybody listening in, anybody tuned in to do the research and to actually to do the research on your own and find out if what we're saying is true. Do your fact checks on what we're talking about here. Do your homework. We gonna put out some homework assignments, and we gonna challenge you because we have to challenge each other because the truth is so scattered everywhere, and it's just everywhere, and it's hidden, and it's been hidden for so many years, and our language, our spirituality, our land, everything's been stolen from us. That's why we mentioned plugging into Stolen Legacy, so you can plug in and start seeing what's been taken from us, so we can start to reclaim our everything that's been stolen from us. Once that devil was found out, he got to pay the payback. So this is the payback. So we're gonna have these hurdles where we're gonna be messing, having situations with the technology. There's gonna be people coming on hating. There's people now feeling a certain kind of way because we're putting this information out here. But we're gonna stand strong and together as a people connected. We're gonna connect our minds to raise our elevation and keep putting this out here because this is for not just us. This is for our children's and our children's children and far and beyond our people to continue to hold that legacy that was stolen from us and to reclaim that legacy as a true kings, queens, goddess, and gods that we truly are as a Makiwawa.
New Mikey Wawa. I have this to say when he said about those hurdles. We 400 years grown. We 400 years grown. We're 400 years grown. The red, black, and green is going to be 100 years grown.
That's right.
Right, come this August. And with that grown, with that adulthood, with that guardianship, we should know when they put hurdles out there, you don't got to jump the motherfuckers, go around them. Go around the hurdles. Okay, you ain't got to jump. See, they want you to jump the hurdle, but you got enough supreme wisdom, enough divine knowledge, enough superior understanding, enough super understanding, right? And enough holiness, right? What we call your overstanding. Your overstanding is your holiness. When you overstand the whole thing, right? And you see the field, right? They got the race going on, right? We got victory going on. So when you got victory, you don't have to play by their rules. We ain't playing chess. We on a jigsaw puzzle. The hieroglyphs is pieces of the puzzle. Get in where you fit in. Don't force nothing, right? The picture's on the box. All we got to do is take the pieces our asses together and assemble ourselves in the right formation. Why they want us to play chess with them. right? Because the whites start off. We don't got to wait for no white to start off. All we got to do is see the picture, the writing is on the wall. Have you ever heard that? We ain't talking about the pyramid walls. We talking about the hieroglyph. We talking about the temple wall. And if you put an A in front of the word temple, you have Atem Palace. Okay, but the word the plus is for palace. Atem Palace, which is what your body is, as Atem Palace. You are the Atem Palace. Another word, you are the temple of God. But another way to say it is the Atem Palace. Your body is a palace, right? Like they say, in my father's house there's many mansions, but the way they said it in the Kemet, and my father's creation, there's many palaces. Yeah, you are a palace. That's why you have a crown. That's why you have a throne. But what resides in the palace is the king. Come into your kingship. Right? But these are no regular kings. These are the God kings. Why is it a God king? Because the Creator chose you. So when the Creator chose you, he put himself in you to carry out his administration, to handle his affair. That's why we say, I'm in Iran, we salute this day, at this time, at this hour, for our children and our children's children. Now, the Son of Righteousness is going to burn you if you're selfish or if you're self-centered. Everything you must do must be for the next generation, and you have to ask the generation before you to help you. So you just a vessel. So we can see clearly through you if you have any ambitions or motives that's other than this red, black, and green. We will see through you. We will see through you. We got the third eye open. We got the fourth eye open. Every black person ain't black. So if you come with a hidden agenda and it's not red, black, and green, we see you. Right? Somebody want to make Israel special and chosen. Somebody want to say we Moors. Somebody want to say we Asiatic people, so we can connect with the Persians. But there's a tribe of people called the Afra, which the word Afra was named after. Afra, right? Afra. Ka means soul. So, right? So we are the Afro people. We are the people with the Afro. We are the Afra people. We have Ka. We have soul. Hey, soul, brother. Hey, soul, sister. Hey, living Nubian soul. So there's all kind of diversions and sabotage that's trying to get us out of our Pan-African true self, right? When they left a plan that has 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 100, 500 years into the future, they left us a plan. Jomo Kenyatta, Julius Nyerere, Patrice Lumumba, Kwame Nkrumah, Stephen Biko, Haile Selassie, and many others. So your homework is get familiar what Pan-African is, what's not Pan-African, right? How different organizations use the flag and try to say they're Pan-African and try to sabotage us, right? From building the bridge of worldwide African unity. Because if it's not building bridge of worldwide African unity, I'm talking about those brothers in Australia. I'm talking about those brothers that got afros in India. I'm talking about those brothers in South America and Central America, those brothers that's on the continent. I'm talking about your brothers that's over in Russia, those brothers over in England, those brothers over in France. I'm talking about those brothers that's been kidnapped and taken into Iran and Iraq and Saudi Arabia. We coming to get y'all. We coming to get you. We ain't forgot about the worldwide slave trade. That's why it's worldwide African unity. And you niggas in America, stop crying like y'all the only ones went through something, right? We've been through this shit globally. And it's our time to step up and understand that we got an Operation Snatchback globally.
I want to come in with the model. One God,
one
aim, one destiny. And, you know, I just love to hear everything you're saying, these powerful words. Our people, hear the words. When I look at what's happening now in Cuba, how Cuba is stepping up and how important Cuba is, and even in the UNIA's history, Cuba had the most divisions. Cuba today is training doctors. You can today in 2020 go to Cuba and get trained. You can be trained to be a doctor. And so right now, the call is out for our ordinary members to become active members and join the Universal African Black Cross Nurses. If you want to be a doctor, go to Cuba, get the training, be a doctor for your race. So we train up our people who we know are going to truly, genuinely care for ourselves and we know we'll be in good hands. I don't want to, if listen, if I'm sick, I don't want to go to my enemy. Because you know what the enemy's gonna do to you? He's gonna take you out of here. Right.
The enemy, the adversary.
The adversary.
So the good news is, right, Lord of the Minds, we heard Marcus Garvey, right? There's one group of people that call themselves Garveyites, right? Because they adhere to the philosophy and opinions of Marcus Garvey, and they understand the Universal Nubian Improvement Association. At that time, he was giving us Nubian knowledge, but he had to use the word Negro to wake up these Nubians, right? So the UNIA it has two words, Universal Nubian Improvement Association, but you had to say Universal Negro Improvement Association to get the wake up. So you get the sleepy people when you say Negro, because that's what they've been called. But inside Marcus Garvey philosophy and opinions, inside his teachings, he told us about the great empire of Nubia, right? That began Egypt, right? That came out of Ascam, which was Abyssinia, Habish, which we call Ethiopia today. And so Marcus knew more, right, than what any white man gonna tell you. And Marcus knew more than what the Rastafarians talk about. You know, they talk about, you know, red, black, and green, repatriate. But when you get into the UNIA and you understand why he wore a professor's uniform, why he wore an admiral's right uniform, why he wore a general uniform. Yes, he was the captain of the sea. He was the professor of the university, right? He was the general of the armed forces, right? He was the president of the UNIA and the provisional government of Africa. At home and abroad. So when you understand the dimensions, right, and the degrees of Marcus Mosiah Garvey, you either go into the UNIA or you're going to become a loyal African mind. Because what he was saying, right, as he tilled this toe, right, if you're in agreement with the Pan-African agenda, which he is not the author of, okay, your DNA is the author of it. It's in you. It's in you, okay? Now, Marcus might be the spark for you to see it in your third eye. Haile Selassie might be the mark for you to see it in your third eye. The new improved UNIA might be the spark for you to see it in your third eye. Lord African Minds might be the spark for you to see it in your third eye. The Nation of Islam might be the spark for you to see it in your third eye. The new Black Panther Party might be the spark for you to see it in your eye, right? The Black Student Union might be the mark for you, the spark for you to see in your eye. Whichever way you see this in your third eye, pick up the red, black, and green. Wave your national colors. Every flag has a spirit connection to it. Believe that. A flag is not made just out of material. It's made out of a revelation. It has a destiny, it has an aim, and it has a purpose attached to it, and it has a call. That's why people raise their flag, and they don't want to see it touch the ground until victory is won. Plant that flag in your heart, your soul, and your mind.
Yeah,
communication is the key. Communication is the beginning of unity is communication, right? Communication and unity makes community.
Can I say this? I'm a universal African nationalist. And when you say universal need to improve into the association to the African Community League. So, you know, we have to universally improve as a people into this association, into the African Community League. We have a destiny. That destiny is there for us to come into, so I can appreciate what's there and not look down on my brothers or my sisters, because we must build a confraternity. We must promote African love and pride. See, we have to know that we are a proud people, and we must show that love to one another. we don't have to hate on each other. See, today, 2020 is the Rashe. You got to come on and get with it. You got to come on and get with it. Yeah, you got to come get with it. You said it. You said it. You know, this is not about your own selfish ambition. We have to go into eternity. This work that we're doing right now. See, this work has to continue on into eternity. So for that to happen, you have to have clean hands and a pure heart. Let that be the start.
Scales of my eye.
Let that be the start. Yes. Yes. So, you know.
So today, my family, the UNIA and Lower African Minds, right? You have to understand the Lower African Mind is a seed of the UNIA. The UNIA is a seed of Pan-Africanism, right? So if you want to know what came first, Pan-African came first because when we got on the slave ship, we was Pan-African. The word pan, the word pan is what? For, right? For Africa. So when we was on the slave ship, before the slave ship, we was all for what was going on in Africa. And today we still for what's going on in Africa. Because Africa is just not the land. The Africa is your DNA and your RNA. And it's going on in you right now. So step up, join the UNIA, come into the membership of Lower African Mind. Come into the connective mind, this connectivity, right? So you can understand the African Community League. So you can understand that worldwide African unity is every time that you get with that Black woman and produce a Black child, that Black child needs some other Black children to be on the same page with that Black child so they can be in the same book, in the same chapter. So the parents got to be in the same book, in the same chapter for the children to know the true story. You got his story and you got the mystery system. But if you take the MY on mystery, you got my story. So that's why the Europeans call it a mystery, because it's my story and I'm only one qualified to tell it. Hey. Rob told me in a dream, he said, King Aslan, I'm going to use you and I'm going to call you the Ansubu and I'm going to make you the restorer. Right? So we go restore something. What is restore? Well, the restorer is restories. I'm here to take the glories of restories.
Yes.
And this is how you know if it's the truth, because we want truth upon truth. What I say, right? You can run into a book and go look it up, and it's going to be on point. But if you don't feel it in your heart, your spirit, and your soul, and your pineal gland, and your pituitary gland, and your ether, and your astro, you may not have been called. But some of us feel so alone, and we've been wanting to hear this. Brothers, where you been? Sisters, where you been? We finally got our soul tribe. Meaning that you could be born in a family, and you can have some demons in your family. Okay? We can have some blood demons, right? Because we had to return. Some people have to repent. Some people have to redeem themselves. And then some people, just Marcus Garvey said, and Africa said, and the African Union said, some people we don't want to come with us. They'll tell you, hey, man, you don't want to fuck with me. I'm a dirty motherfucker. You got some people say, I'm a hoe, and my mama was a hoe, my grandmother a hoe. They let you know that they came from, that pool that will sell you out every time. And so listen to what they saying. Listen to what they saying, because we place principle above personality.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Pan-Africanism. Right? The personality is Marcus Garvey and Haile Selassie and Jomo Kenyatta, you and you and you and you and you. But what's above the personality is the principle. Worldwide African unity is now in progress.
That's right. That's
right. That says it all, y'all. So, Facebook did try to throw shade and cause our little live to be a little delayed. But that's the thing about it. They can delay, but they can't stop us, because we just go and don't stop. That's how it go, y'all.
So and don't stop.
This technology, we getting it right. Hopefully, y'all can hear that music playing. Yours truly in the mix for you right now. Taq'uee the High Tech hosting this Connected Minds. I'm giving everything I got, the technology, the knowledge, my brothers, and we all giving all we can to see that our people make it through this. And this time, we ain't gonna miss the boat on this one. We connecting I mean, this is just the American East Coast, West Coast connection, but connections all over across the seas. And let me ask you this, brother: is Cuba considered the Caribbean? Is it? I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure out. Is Cuba considered to be the Caribbean?
Well, it's not part of the Caribbean islands or the Bahamian Islands, but it is part of the Gulf of Mexico because it sits off, right? And so it's not part of. So you have island groups. You have the Virgin Island group, you have the Bahamian Island groups, and you had the Caribbean Island group, and then Cuba and Puerto Rico are off in and then their own territories, right?
Right.
You know, but we all know they're in the Gulf of Mexico, and the Gulf of Mexico is an extension of the Atlantic Ocean, right? And we know the possession of all those islands, even though they said they had Tanto Indians, right? And they keep on telling us these Indians died off, right? 100,000 Indians, 50,000 Indians, they died off, right? And then they go tell us we only 12 million Africans, right? But when we look around, the Indians that you said died off, if we don't call them Indians and we call them Africans or we call them Nubian souls or we call them indigenous people, we always been in place and we got to stay in place. Worldwide community is now in place. This is a time to reset yourself. Your homework is to find out how do you reset yourself, right? How do you tune yourself? How do you come in tune, right? Like use ginger, use water, distilled water, boiled water, and put lemon peels, lime peels, orange peels. You can put cinnamon stick in there. You can use honey. We want to reset you. So I'm just gonna give you something, but just do your homework and reset, and then come in the comment. Tell us what you found out. Like Cuba has a remedy, and it's a brother from Jamaica has a remedy. It's a doctor over in Ghana, another doctor in Africa. They say they got remedy because you're dealing with a flu-like symptoms and you're dealing with pneumonia, which is a respiratory system. So when they say coronavirus, they say coronavirus or coronaviruses. So now it's an unleashing of a whole bunch of viruses. Now you have to look at the timing. They get it at the end of winter, right? In the beginning of an allergy season, right? So you got the winter flu, right? That's trying to leave out, but it's trying to attach itself, right? And you got the allergies of spring coming in, right? So when they come together, you release a virus. It's a cooler temperature that's going to high up, but right there it be at its zenith, right? And so vitamin C, vitamin D, all right, which is the sun and which is your citric acid, which alkalines your body, right? But also you got to help yourself not putting any mucus causing agents, right? Animal, dead flesh, a carcass that has worms, it has parasites, right? And you don't know what the FDA approved. They got a dog and cat approved. They got horse meat approved, right? They inject the stuff with they're injecting stuff with all kind of things to keep it red. So when you eat meat, even though they say the viruses is not in animals, right? Because the virus has to fester in you, right? See, the virus is not something outside of you. It's you taking in ingredients together. It makes a virus in you, right? So you're taking in dead flesh. You're taking in cow's mucus, right? And then people sneezing and coughing on you, right? With different types of pollutant. The Chinese air is polluted. The American air polluted. And so you got aluminums in this air. You got all kind of stuff. You got all kinds of stuff in the foods and in the air, right? And they come together in an unhealthy body and they fester. But if you have a healthy immune system, right, and if you regulate yourself from your pituitary gland and your pineal gland, you can command your body, right, to be balanced and to get rid of your stress, to get rid of your fear, to be calm, and to go into your ether self, to go into your astral self where you vibrate at a higher frequency. Because we understand what they're telling you, the coronavirus, right, does not function in a certain frequency. So since we are solar people, right, you have an internal sun inside you and you can heat yourself up from the inside. Get out of me, right? With the healthy, right exercises and the right food and with the right people. Stay away from toxic motherfuckers.
There it is, y'all. The reset has began. Yo, well, I think been on maybe about an hour right now. We don't want to keep y'all long because we know we flood y'all with a plethora of information for you to go back and research, do your own research, do your own fact checking, and come back. Like we said, we put that homework out there, and we want you to know that we're gonna keep doing this. So the time is, y'all, technically 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tune in to our Facebook page, Loyal African Minds. You can also go to our website, loyalafricanminds.com. We want you to stay plugged in. Like I said, it was initially planned to do this live on Facebook, and we put that out there to all our Facebook family out there. Our apologies, but it really ain't our fault. You know, Facebook supposedly is generating too much bandwidth because of all the Zooms going out because everybody's at home. But we know at this time that's kind of suspect. But I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Taq'uee the High Tech Connected Minds show going on. I want to leave y'all with this because I don't know if you can hear. Like I said, we toying with this technology right now. Our official launch of the show is going to be, I believe, April 3rd. And that's when hopefully we get all this smoothed out. So hopefully y'all can hear me in the mix in the background. And just so you know.
What is the YouTube channel, brother? What is the name of the YouTube channel this being launched on?
This I had to put on my the Peaceful Black Warrior YouTube, which was the only one available right now in my accounts to go to real quick when we had to make that quick shift. But we'll have something a little more official on that, and actually hopefully we'll be able to plug in to Facebook rather than the YouTube. But this will be able. I'll actually. It's all.
I'm going to share this on Facebook as soon as you send me the link, so I can share it on Facebook tonight.
Already on Facebook. This has been shared to our Loyal African Minds Facebook page. Yo, y'all, we just go. We don't stop. We not gonna be stopped. So all that's been done. We in the mix with y'all, and I want to leave y'all with this. The flavor you hear in your ear when we on the set is gonna be hip hop. I want to leave you with this message from our webpage entitled "The Return of Hip Hop," and let the brother explain to you why it is our flavor is seasoned with that hip hop, y'all. Numaki Wawa.
Numaki Wawa.
Here we go. The return of hip hop, y'all. Quick message for y'all.
We got to tell the truth about our history, and we don't have to lie about our history. So even before Kool Herc became the one that exploded on the scene, but before Kool Herc, there was others doing it. There were others doing it. They were going from city to city doing this. There was nobody calling this then in the 60s, early 60s. No one was calling this. This was a divine African ancestral spirit manifesting through them, a resistance movement to go up against this force that was too big to handle with a gun. And until we look back and not lie to ourselves about where hip hop came from, the hairstyles we were wearing were hairstyles that hadn't been seen anywhere except in Africa in the 1950s. How did we know to wear it on the streets of our home? The rhythms and the beats we were using was right out of African drum rhythms that we had never heard before. That's ancestors, that's spirit, that's God. That's where hip hop came from.
And I leave with that. And until our next episode, Numaki Wawa, y'all.
So even before Kool Herc became the one that exploded on the scene, but before